Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Pacers Daily. I am your host, Hery Acosta. Game 7, Sunday night, 8 o'clock. You already know. Pacers took a big win today, 108 to 91. Scoreboard didn't really show how much of a beatdown this truly was. Pacers really only scored 18 points in the fourth quarter, but all throughout the game was just absolutely incredible. Also, the first game that the Pacers didn't need to score 110 to win the game. So a lot of weird streaks have been broken in the last few games. But what can we say? The bench was electric. And the reason this number is actually like for the Thunder is actually a lot higher is because they had their third stringers in pretty early in the fourth quarter. But Obi Toppin had himself a game. He was our leading scorer with 20. McConnell, what can you say about TJ McConnell other than the fact that he's actually probably one of the favorites for Finals MVP right now if the Pacers were to win Game 7. Had himself 12 points, 9 rebounds, 7 assists. Like, these are not stats of a bench player. It's pretty incredible. Obi Toppin obviously had that 20-point, 6 rebound game. Shepherd had 7 off the bench. Bradley was contributing. Everyone from head to toe. And it's all funny because Miles Turner was off his game. He only had 3 points in this game, 4 rebounds. Shot 1 for 9. Everyone else on their A game. But the bench, the moment that Obi Toppin and TJ McConnell came in, it was a whole different ball game. Obi hit 2 big threes as soon as he came in, and McConnell was just play after play after play, was just putting in the work. Probably has had one of the best finals runs of any bench player in NBA history. And at the moment, for the Pacers, he's 2 or 3 when it comes to finals MVP at the moment because he has been monumental for this team. This is a big one. The Pacers defense tonight was electric. In the first half, first quarter specifically, the Pacers were not shooting good at all. But the Thunder were shooting decent, but they weren't getting up shots, and they weren't getting to the free throw line until the fourth quarter. The Thunder actually ended up with one more free throw than the Pacers. But the Thunder weren't getting to the free throw line as much. Pacers defended with arms up. There was a good challenge in the second quarter. Rick had not been using his challenges, but there was a play where Turner was called for a foul on Hartenstein, but Turner didn't even touch Hartenstein. It was marginal contact, leg to leg. So good challenge there, but defense was electric. Forced 21 turnovers against a team that normally does not turn the ball over. 8 of those turnovers were Shea. That's the most turnovers Shea has ever had in a game in his career. This is an MVP, All NBA first team, Western Conference Finals MVP. This is a heck of a player, one of the best in the league. He had his worst statistical game. Not points wise, not really rebounds wise, but when it came to actually playmaking, no, he was locked up. Just in the first half alone, if I'm not mistaken, he had 5 turnovers. So it was just throughout the game, it was just a struggle for him. Um, their shooting was down in the third. First 3.5 minutes, not a single point was scored in the game. Like not a single. Halliburton was the first player to score in the third quarter with about 8.5 minutes to go. So that was a pretty interesting little 2 minutes in the third quarter. But defense was immaculate. Um, the rebounding, not even just the offensive rebounds, the rebounded amazing. Pascal Siakam had 13 rebounds. Led the whole game in rebounds. No one on the Thunder had more than 10. Um, big rebounding game from McConnell, of course. We saw Turner actually grab a few. Of course, it was only 4, but at the same time, he was grabbing some boards. 11 to 4 offensive rebounds. One of the things we are worst at is rebounding. And we won the offensive rebound battle by 7. We had 11 offensive rebounds. They only had 4. And they have 2 7-footers that start for them. They also have some really good rebounders. Dort's a good rebounder. J-Dub's always been a good rebounder. Caruso's a good rebounder for a guard. They have a bunch of really good rebounders. Obviously, Hartenstein and Chet are very good rebounders, but they was just all over the place for the Thunder. But Pacers showed up, played their game, and at the end of the day, finished with more rebounds. Saw a lot of really good plays in between the second and third quarter where miss a shot. Anyone was it didn't matter who it was. McConnell was grabbing offensive rebounds. Anyone on the court was grabbing them. Halliburton was playing his game. He was looked good. Looked good. That's going to bring me to my last point. Talk a little bit more about Tyrese, but it's kind of the tempo. The tempo was amazing. Pacers played really well in the fast break. Had themselves an excellent game. And the craziest part about this game was Halliburton originally was not supposed to even play, but then came out a few hours before the game that he was going to play. He only played 23 minutes. Half of the game he was sitting out because they didn't really need anything crazy from Hallie, and he had 14 points. He made three threes, so he was playing his game. Like he started over 5. Well, he started over 4. He was 1 for 5 in the first quarter, but as soon as he hit that first three, you could tell that his confidence was at an all-time high. He was like, I just played a whole game of basketball in the finals and I didn't hit a single shot. But he scored the Pacers' first point on that free throw, which was a loose ball foul. Well, more of an away from the play foul. But made a first free throw. He was aggressive at first. He also got a good amount of steals. That one big play where J-Dub threw it. He came out, tipped it, stayed inbounds, passed it in. Oh, don't even get me started on the Siakam poster. That was filthy. One of the best plays in the playoffs. That you don't really think Siakam dunks it. Don't get me wrong. He's got some good dunks in there, but if you're gonna see a poster, you normally think of Obi Toppin or Neesmith. But a Siakam poster, yeah. Oh, and a Ben Shepherd logo 3 buzzer beater in the third quarter. It just seemed like everything was just going perfect. And it was a let's remember, one more game. Game 7, the most do or die game ever. Odds are gonna be against us in Oklahoma City, but this team has proven time and time and again all throughout the year that adversity helps them. This is the biggest game of everyone's career. So we'll see what happens. Stay tuned, 8 p.m. Sunday, ABC. This is going to be one of the best games you'll ever watch. First Game 7 since 2016, since the famous 3-1 comeback for the Cavaliers. LeBron's only championship in Cleveland. Let's see what the Pacers can do. I'm very excited for this game. I'm very excited to bring more videos out here about the Pacers and just what's going on when we get to the off season. There's going to be a lot of rumors and just talk about everything. But as of right now, focus on Game 7. We'll see how it goes. You know, I like to say, boom, baby. Yes, sirs. Let's go, Pacers.